morning show ever hit the atmosphere. Let's be clear, there's plenty others that do it B.I.G. But keeping it a buck though, none to get you up though like GMG. With all the news and real point of views you can use, light and heavy topics we peruse, even a laugh or two. What you talking? Good morning, gang, be the instrument and take your friends and them can and all. Come on in, tune in. You ain't gonna want them in state, and even the trolls and haters that hate us, we end up being their favorite. Cause from 8 to 10, we get it in, believe that. I mean, from where else could you go when you a part of the show? Definitely GMG, cause when you show love, we show love back. First thing in the morning, we get you through, so after the yawning, wash up and wipe your face with your snacks to come on in, get comfy, but most importantly, in all caps. What do we have here? I don't know, probably the best morning show ever hit the atmosphere. Let's be clear, there's plenty others that do it B.I.G. But keeping it a buck though, none to get you up though like GMG. With all the news and real point of views you can use, light and heavy topics we peruse, even a laugh or two. What you talking? Good morning, gang, be the instrument and take your friends and them can and all. Come on in, tune in. You ain't gonna want them in state, and even the trolls and haters that hate us, we end up being their favorite. Cause from 8 to 10, we get it in, believe that. I mean, from where else could you go when you a part of the show? Definitely GMG, cause when you show love, we show love back. First thing in the morning, we get you through, so after the yawning, wash up and wipe your face with your snacks to come on in, get comfy, but most importantly, in all caps. Good morning to ye. It's your boy, Big Phil Speaks, and this is the Good Morning Gang Morning Show, brought to you by myself, Big Phil Speaks, and that good GMG, Good Money Gang. Listen, we in the building. How are y'all feeling? Hopefully you're feeling blessed and highly favored. You hear one more again, where there's some that unfortunately weren't as blessed to be here to see another wonderful day. So revel in and enjoy in it. You hear me? And make sure while you out here, make it the best day ever, better than ever, better than never. You feel me? And while you at living your day-to-day as best as it can be, plan, plot, and strategize so that if you're so blessed to see tomorrow, you make it an even better day than the day. That part. I know it's been others have been trying to use my little morning show picker-upper, I guess you could say, in their lives and stuff, but there's none like me. They can't do it like me, but flattery, what they say, imitation is the best form of flattery? Sometimes. But anywho, how y'all doing? Come on over to the good YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Good Morning Gang Morning Show. Listen, who we got in the room this morning? This morning. Jeannie Miles, she's in the building. Good morning to ye. Nephew, Papa True Guns is in here. GMG. Lady Kosa Nita, She's in the building. Jay Pierce is in the building, huh? Music for God, too. Good morning, darling. She's in here. Crack baby, trick baby, crack baby is in here. Justin Show is in the building. That's a fact. It's Monday already. Polo Dolo rolling solo, but he's in the building. Almighty KM done brung them on in. Woo-wee! She's in the building. Sexy Sugar Mama, she's in here. What's goody like the mob, huh? Bree is in the place to be. Good morning to ye. Good morning to ye. Listen, we about to have a wonderful day. There's a lot to talk about it. Uh-oh, is that GMG? Is that the home team? Is that the moderation king? Is that the DC sniper? Southeast Slimmy is the night riders in the building. Good morning. Good morning. Michelangelo, that good TKBS Nation is in the building. GMG, what's goody like the mob? That's a fact. Justin Show, book up. Listen, we in here, huh? Dana Mac from that good Alabama way. She came around the way. Good morning. Good morning. Bree, it's your birthday. Go, Bree. It's your birthday. Hey, party like it's your birthday. You better get it in and be blessed. It's your birthday. Why not now? Hey, happy birthday, Bree. Crystal, I'll see you. Good morning. Listen. Y'all make sure y'all tell a friend to come on in. It's the Good Morning Gang Morning Show. And y'all know what I like to say. I don't care if you're getting off of work, getting ready for work, or looking over in your bed at whoever's laying there like, I'm ready to put in work. Listen, the Good Morning Gang Morning Show is going to get you right and ready. Listen, have at it. Listen, y'all, if you're new to the channel, you just peeking in like, what the hell is going on here? Make sure you hit the thumbs up for your boy Book Up while you at it. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Book Up. Woo, excuse me. More importantly, while you at it, hit that notification bell. Bing, so you be in the know whenever the Good Morning Gang Morning Show drop, whenever Feel the Love Fridays drop, or anything that I put on this Big Phil Speaks channel. Listen, she's establishing her presence this morning. Good morning to ye, Purple Passionate. What's up with it? Stop capping everything there. Salute is in the building. We got a lot of things to discuss, right? I'm off one day. Hey, you know, it's been a lot going on. It's been a lot. You book up? Oh, Lord. What kind of book up did you book up, huh? One lady, Coco, she's in the building. I see you. Good morning to ye, huh? What kind of book up did you book up? Hey, Queen B, come on over to the YouTube where the lituation is at. Good morning. Listen, Kathy Cotton Candy, she's in the building. Right, Purple Passion, that is crazy. I seen that picture. I said, okay, all right, established. Listen, good morning. There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot of things. We're gonna get to the elephants in the room. There's a couple of them. The elephants in the room, and they smothering the breathing space because it ain't a big room at all. But we're gonna talk about it, huh? We're gonna talk about it. Let's. Where do I want to start? Where do I go from here, my love? Listen, do y'all want to get down to the elephant in the room first? Or should I go with some fun news? Or should I, just talk about some other things first? Establish says, stop it. I ain't did nothing. I'm chilling. The noise has me weak. What noise, Crystal? What noise? I'm just saying, understand there's a lot going on. That's a fact. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe to the stream. Because if you know, we be here tomorrow and the next day and it'll be all a dream. Or should I say Wednesday and Friday, huh? The Uptown compadre, Frank Murphy, DC Mumbo Sauce, is in the building. He said, don't do Misery Monday. Ain't nothing gonna be miserable. Ain't nothing gonna be miserable. But I will. I do have something to discuss later on. King Skills, what's good? Y'all make sure y'all share this live with 1 to 7 of your good friends, your good homeboys, your good homegirls, because it's about to go up. You feel me? It's about to go up. Huh? I do got one for you, right? It's called pistivity. Pistivity. Imagine you walking through the park, you walking around under some trees, during a season in which them cicadas is heavily cicada in, and you get a rain shower. Like, what the figgity is this? Man, listen, I'm gonna let y'all check this out and you tell me what you think. Now, mind you, that's not in an American country, but it very well could be. Very well could be. I said, what is they doing? Skeeting? I said, what the hell is going on? But come to find out that it's a sap from a certain tree that they on that makes them excrete urine or whatever it is in a frequent manner. And just imagine, when you go to when you compound that with every 17 years or something, when they come out in mass droves, you compound those two things and you got a salacious rain shower that you don't want to be under. Y'all see the people walking with the damn umbrellas and shiggity, and it's sunny as a sun, bitch, out there. It ain't no rain out there, nothing. The boy classic, salute. What mustache y'all want me to get to? Pause. No, Diddy. Listen. Just imagine, Night Rider, imagine walking through Rock Creek Park, chilling. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's a beautiful day in the day. Shh, all of a sudden, you just get hit with all kinds of wetness and things. You like, pause, what the hell is going on here? Man, listen, I'd get me a BB Gizzle, pause, and pew, 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 get them up out of here, because I'm just like, what the hell is going on? But we gonna get on to the next. I just had to throw that in there. Hey, y'all come on over to the good YouTube channel right there, huh? The lituation is up. It's called the Good Morning Gang Morning Show. Miss A Block, 1/3 of that good HR team is in the building. Good morning to ye. Good morning, good morning. Listen. Where do I want to go next? Listen, I'll talk about this. For all us content creators, aspiring, well-built brands, newbies, veterans, even you all that just like to post, and wonder why the algorithm is not algorithming for you, like on IG streets and things of that nature, right? There's a lot of things that go into play here, but is the fix in on your content? I'm just saying, as somebody that be posting, I know sometimes I be up, and then sometimes it be like crickets. I didn't mean to hit the applause, but I did mean to hit the crickets. Damn it, Jim. But listen, I want y'all to listen to this. Isaac Hayes III, founder of Fanbase, breaks it down eloquently. Y'all pay attention real quick, huh?
You ever had a consistent, kind of like stream of engagement with your content, and all of a sudden it goes in the toilet for like a couple days.
Oh, yes, we're going through that now.
Right. And so typically you got to understand that maybe an advertiser that's spending money with Facebook says, look, I'm about to do an ad spend, but I don't want my content running near anything with black women. I'm trying to reach young white kids in America. Wow. So for that very reason, we need to turn down the black woman, or turn down the LGBTQ, or turn down the Black Lives Matter, and run those ads, especially political season. So if you're someone that's talking about politics, it happens every year. So when you're talking about
you're blowing my mind right now.
When you're talking about politics, when you up here trying to talk about either Biden or Trump close to the election, your engagement's going to go, because that is going to go on the toilet, because the influence that individuals have over elections, and we saw this before with the 2016 election, that's why. So it's, they control the button. They can decide who to make hot and who not to make hot.
Oh my goodness.
And then everybody is a television network.
Yeah.
So every single person that has a profile on Instagram, you are a television network.
Right.
So if The Rock, which I think The Rock has 360 million followers on social media, if he could reach 360 million people whenever he wanted to, that's the visual equivalent of 4 Super Bowls, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And they charge about $7 million for a Super Bowl commercial. So if The Rock could just be like, oh, well, while I'm talking about this, I'm going to hold this product in my hand. They're going to have to pay me $28 million every time I post. And if that would happen, then the brands would come directly to The Rock, or directly to you, or directly to me, and say, hey, while you're doing your content, advertise first and we'll pay you. And Instagram and Facebook know that. So for that reason, they suppress your content and force the advertisers to come to them to run their ads through their ad model. So the platform is in competition with you out the gate. Everybody that's on these platforms, Instagram, TikTok, they're in competition with you because they can't let you reach that.
I always wonder why we'd have, 40,000 subscribers and only 2,000 might actually have seen the content.
Oh yeah, it's not being shown.
It's so crazy.
Yeah,
what's the purpose of following if they're not going to see it?
I mean, it was that way in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yerp. This is for those that like to post, that like to create, that like to engage or create engagement on IG, Facebook, TikTok, and other platforms. Hopefully that gives you a greater understanding as to why your post ain't getting it, ain't cutting it. Even though it could be a bomb post, even though it could be a fly TikTok, even though it could really be viral worthy, the powers that be tamper down on the dial when it comes to letting your content get out there to the masses, or whatever the case may be. There's ways around it, though. There's ways around it. You got to get creative. Or whatever the case may be. How y'all doing today? How are y'all feeling? You feel me? Y'all coming over to the good YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all coming over to the good YouTube. I would say this for anybody that's a content creator, new or veteran, established brand, or just a burgeoning label or business, or whatever the case may be. Just keep posting. Those that are meant to see your situation will eventually do so. And part of it is they want you to boost posts. They want you to create ads or whatever, which creates revenue for their services. So from time to time, if you got a couple of dollars, I would say do that too, because that'll help bring more people into your situation, more people to your website, more people to your products, more visibility for you, and more people that end up following you. Eventually, more people will see more of your posts or whatever. Damn, that's crazy. The algorithm on my Explore page is insane. Established, that's a fact. That's a fact. And it makes you wonder, how do they pick and choose who and what they're going to put on the Explore page? One, who and what are they going to allow come down your feed? Now, every now and again, under a reel, under a post, they'll pose a question. Do you want to see more of these, or does this not cater to, but does this fall in line with your business or with your personal likings? I implore you to hit the agree or yes or whatever, or that you want to see more, because it will help to cater your timeline to certain things or whatever the case may be. Charlie Hustle, good morning to ye. Good morning to ye. CLBCNY is in the building. Huh? I see nothing but what you been searching for established that all you seeing is bonds down your timeline, huh? What are you searching for established that you say, or what are you talking about that IG is picking up on that is, you know what I'm saying, creating these bun shots in your Explorer, huh? Sharonda Bradford, good morning to ye. Good morning to ye. D Blade from that good H Town is in the building, huh? I'm just saying. Also, I also wanted to play that to also increase awareness, and I'm not getting paid for this. That Isaac Hayes III is the owner of Fanbase, which is an alternative to all these other social media outlets, IG, TikTok, et cetera, et cetera. It's black owned. It's black owned, and he's trying to offer a way in which the content creators can and people that participate in the site can earn a stake, can get some more money out of the situation. So if you don't have an account on Fanbase, there's an app in the App Store, the Play Store, whatever the case may be. Go ahead and download that and create that. So let's support that brother in that. We always talking about we want to support our own. Let's support that brother in what he's trying to do. You feel me? And there's a lot of people already over there. So guess what? Don't be left out, and then years later, tell me, I should have been had one. Get your ass over there and get you one. It's free. Nothing. I thought it was who I was following, man. Listen, you been following Buns? You been following Buns? Established? I thought you was strictly. I ain't saying nothing. Anyway, we moving on. We are moving on with the move on. Listen, okay, where do I want to go from here, man? There's a lot. Man, I'll go here, man. I seen this reel, and I was like, oh, shiggity. Y'all got to be careful with your foods. If y'all think that this COVID situation is just airborne, if you think that this COVID situation ain't being pushed, if you think this COVID situation is passe, check this video out. Damn, a tangerino. That's a fact, Michelangelo. We should all be over there on fan base. That's a fact of Mundo. Now, y'all saw that, right? They squeezed one slice of a tangerine into a COVID test. And the COVID test returned a positive result. That's saying something. Be mindful of where you get your fruits and your vegetables, man, your food in general. And if you have the possibilities, the capabilities, a little bit of a backyard, you don't need no big expansive backyard. Create you a little micro garden or something and start growing your own food, your own vegetables and fruit, because guess what? These people are playing dirty. You hear me? Playing dirty. Playing dirty. COVID, or bovid as I like to say, in the tangerine. Where they do that at? Y'all coming over to the good YouTube. Y'all got to, look, we got to be more careful, because guess what? It's a problem. We that 24 in the building. I get it from my grandma's yard. That part right there, we that. And sometimes that be the best fruit right there. You can pick it right off the tree or get it right off the, you know what I'm talking about, off the vine or whatever the case may be. And it be the greatest tasting food, fruit and vegetables ever. Trina Pink is in the building. Good morning to ye. Good morning to ye. Yeah, so listen, I know a lot of y'all say, I ain't got no green thumb. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to grow fruit or vegetables. Man, there's so many videos on here on YouTube and on IG and probably TikTok as well that will give you a little tutorial. Or hell, just ask some older people in your family. A lot of them should know. Some of them, I get it, some of y'all from the inner city and generations in the inner city, they may or may not know, but then there's there's some family members from down home, from somewhere where there was a little bit of land where they had to, plant a few crops and things and, harvested and enjoyed every moment of it. I'm not saying y'all got to grow into be full on farmers, but in instances like this where you're getting the bovid test coming up positive out of tangerines, what alternative do you have? What alternative do you have but to start growing your own so you could be in control of what's of the outcome of your fruits and vegetables at minimal. At minimal. Yeah, we got to start growing our own. That part right there. Good morning. Good morning. You having your cup of coffee this morning, Trina Payne? I'm just saying, why not with the why not, huh? Hold on one second, y'all. Let me make sure I'm pulling up the right lituation for the next situation. Now, this case here, this is a sad situation as well as a situation that needs to be televised or needs more attention. And I'm glad that they charged the individual in this situation. I just hope that they see it through and get them up there. How's that possible? Are they injecting them? Miss A. Block, good question. It could be injection. It could be the pesticides. It could be these aerial sprays that they do. It could be in the fertilizer. You never know. You never know what these wicked, corrupt scientists and things are doing. And not all scientists are wicked or corrupt. I'm just saying, there's an agenda out there. I did a story about they got these super mosquitoes, so to speak, in which they injecting these booster shots in them so that when they come to bite you, that you automatically are getting these shots that you don't want to take or whatever the case may be. Understand where the idle mind is a devil's workshop, and combine that with somebody that's wicked and smart. Listen, you got a recipe for disaster. That's one of the elephants in the room that I was talking about early. That's one of the elephants in the room. People would do the most wickedest things. There's some people that do intelligent and brilliant and ingenious things, and there's others that just use their wherewithal for no damn good. And it's crazy. It's brazy out here, huh? It's brazy. But guess what? Where's this story at? This story right here needs more attention. Y'all pay attention real quick, huh?
Usually when we say an officer murdered a black person for no reason, there's still an argument involved. The person maybe was under arrest, did something. In this case, Sonya Massey did absolutely nothing. She was a 100% victim. It's black and white. She called the police. She thought an intruder was in her home. The police came to make sure she was safe. They were clearing the house. One officer's in the living room, invisible side of her, she's in the kitchen. He says that pot of water is boiling on the stove. She said, oh, I'm sorry. She grabs it, put it on the counter immediately. He then reaches for his firearm. Although there's a taser on his chest, he grabs his firearm, he points it at her, and comes into the kitchen, closer to her. She has her hands in the air, and she says, I'm sorry. She's still apologizing, although she did nothing wrong. He fires 3 shots at her and then turns on his body cam. The other officer comes in and says he's going to go grab his first aid kit and start administering life-saving measures. He tells the officer, don't bother. The officer goes anyways, comes back, administers life-saving measures. He watches. He was then allowed to go home and have dinner with his family. It took 10 days of protest before he was arrested, and then he was only in custody less than 45 minutes. He has been transferred or hired at over 6 different departments in the last 4 years. Why would you need to be at 6 different police departments in the last 4 years? What are you doing at each one that you're getting fired? Yet his certification has not been revoked. He's still allowed to be a police officer. Until what? One of us is gone. Or how many of us is gone? We don't even know. He absolutely took her out for no reason. In my opinion, this can't be the first time. Her family will never understand why. There's no why. Why? Because he wanted to. Because he could. I hope he rots in prison.
Listen, it's a harrowing thing, right? You try to do what's right. You try to do what's right, and you report something, or you call for the police to come assist you in something. Hey, Lala, baby, good morning. Rundown Matt, good morning, Miss Wealthy, mom boss. I'm sorry, y'all come on over to the good YouTube. Why don't you? You do what you, as a citizen, you do what you have been taught to do. You've been taught to do that's right. You got a problem. If there's a situation, a circumstance, if somebody's breaking in your house, if somebody's committing a crime, and you call for the police, only for the very people that you call to come into your house and do you dirty, to harm you, to maim you, to victimize you, and even worse, to unalive you, such as this situation here. The world is very wicked. And understand, you hear like how the narrator was talking about how the guy was callous when one of the fellow officers wanted to get a first aid kit or do something to try to help the situation, and he tell him don't even bother. Like, what kind of bullshit is? Oh my God, listen, what kind of bullshittery is that? And thank you, Watchmen. I did put the allegedly up there. Ladies and gentlemen, yeah, that's my disclaimer. All these things I'm talking about allegedly cover everything that I'm talking about, because I wasn't there, so I can't 100% tell you whether it was right, wrong, they did it, didn't do it, said it or didn't say it. I'm just here to report the various topics. It's up to you to do your due diligence and research it in all things or whatever. But yeah, that bastard needs to be dealt with. Huh? Vaderway Beats, good morning to ye. Good morning. That bastard there needs to be dealt with. You feel me? That's all I want to say about that. He needs to be dealt with expeditiously, huh? That's right, established. He needs to ride in hell. His hatred for our skin color, something we have zero control. Man, listen. Sabrina C., look, it is what it is. The good, bad, or indifferent, we have to have it all. Listen, we have to have it all. Jay Pierce, good morning, good morning. I think I missed somebody else that came in the room real quick before I, DeBerg, good morning to ye. Listen, I'm not going to stick and stay on that topic too long, but I think that, there needs to be more awareness of it. There needs to be more understanding of that situation, so that more light can be shined on it, so that justice can prevail, so that the proper outcome can happen. Send that bastard to jail and let them handle him how they need to handle him. You feel me? But other than that, moving on. As you all know, let's get to the big ass elephant in the room, the 400,000 ton elephant in the room. Over the weekend, our president has decided to back out of the election to re-engage or take the mantle or keep the mantle to rerun for the president of the United States of America, right? Some people are happy. Some people are mad. Some people are sad. Some people don't know what to think. A lot of people don't know what's next. What's next? Let me share. Da-da-da-da. Let's share what he wrote for the ladies and gentlemen. Hey, good morning, y'all. Good morning to you. Come on over to the good YouTube channel pin right there. Let me read what he left on social media. This is from the office of Joseph R. Biden Jr., written July 21st, 2024. My fellow Americans, over the past 3.5 years, we have made great progress as a nation. Today, I am sharing this. Today, America has the strongest economy in the world. We've made historic investments in rebuilding our nation, in lowering prescription drug costs for seniors, and expanding affordable health care to a record number of Americans. We've provided critically needed care to 1 million veterans exposed to toxic substances, passed the first gun safety law in 30 years, appointed the first African-American woman to the Supreme Court, and passed the most significant climate legislation in the history of the world. America has never been better positioned to lead than we are today. I know none of this could have been done without you, the American people. Together, we overcame a once-in-a-century pandemic and the worst economic crisis since the Great Depression. We've protected and preserved our democracy, and we've revitalized and strengthened our alliances around the world. It has been the greatest honor of my life to serve as your president, and while it has been my intention to seek re-election, I believe it is in the best interest of my party and the country for me to stand down and focus solely on fulfilling my duties as president for the remainder of my term. I will speak to the nation later this week in more detail about my decision. For now, let me express my deepest gratitude to all those who have worked so hard to see me reelected. I want to thank Vice President Kamala Harris for being an extraordinary partner in all this work, and let me express my heartfelt appreciation to the American people for the faith and trust you have placed in me. I believe today what I always have, that there is nothing America can't do when we do it together. We just have to remember we are the United States of America. Signed, Joseph R. Biden Jr. Listen, and then on top of that, let me see. Hold on. Let me stop sharing that, Bob. Then in a post after that, or more newer post, he has written is a picture with him and Kamala Harris walking, I guess, along in the White House grounds or whatever. He said, "My fellow Democrats, I have decided not to accept the nomination and to focus all my energies on my duties as president for the remainder of my term. My very first decision as the party nominee in 2020 was to pick Kamala Harris as my vice president, and it's been the best decision I've made. Today, I want to offer my full support and endorsement for Kamala to be the nominee of our party this year. Democrats, it's time to come together and beat Trump. Let's do this." I'm not sleepy. I'm actually good. There's a lot of, how can I put it? There's a lot of jubilee. There's a lot of disbelief. There's a lot of backbiting going on. There's a lot of disgust going on. There's a lot of adoration going on for the fact that he decided to step down. There's a lot of people pissed off that he decided to step down now in this moment and in this time with everything going on with Trump and these things or whatever the case may be. We are in for an interesting tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, one way or the other. That's why I titled today's show Better Days and put 2 question marks and an exclamation point behind it. Better days, like, are we really? Are we really? What's up, UPT Ray over on the good YouTube? Are we really Are we really set for better days? Or what are we walking into? Sleepy Joe left us with, what are y'all talking about? Ain't nobody sleepy. Knight Rider feels like they basically just gave the election to Trump. I don't know. Miss A Block said, my thing is, why wait until now? Right. Somebody said it, I don't know if it was on my live or something, that they feel as though something must have happened behind the scenes. Not what we've noticed, not the things we've seen in the debate or in the press conference, but something must have happened, and he must have really, possibly, allegedly, had some kind of episode or something where it showed a chink in the armor, or it showed just how progressed his whatever he got going on is doing in his life, or whatever the case may be. And I heard there was a Zoom call with 40,000 people, concerned individuals that I guess help move the pulse of things, or whatever the case may be. And they came to the conclusion that this needs to happen, or whatever the case may be. Then I heard that a Democratic super PAC threatened to withhold $90 million, I think it was, of donations towards the candidacy in the race if he continued on, and that it made it kind of difficult to be able to proceed, without the funding, or whatever the case may be. So all these allegations, all this is alleged information, or whatever. But I think Kamala Harris is a lot more better suited than a lot of people are giving her credit for. I get it. Some people, y'all coming over to the YouTube, I guess some people don't like some of her background because she was a prosecutor. So she was influential in some folks getting locked up. A lot of folks get locked up. Got that, right? But what I think people are missing, the fact that she had that position, means she knows organization. That means she knows how to maintain focus to get something done. Because to either be a defense attorney or a U.S. or state prosecutor, you have to be focused on the task at hand, which is either convicting or trying to get your client acquitted in said case. No matter if it's a frivolous theft case on up to capital murder, you have to be tuned in. You have to be focused, laser focused, in order to get that conviction or that acquittal. And I think that some people really downplay her capabilities, as well as her intelligence, or whatever the case may be. And I get it. There's some that don't like some of her stances, on things, or whatever the case may be. Some don't like the fact that, one, she's a black woman. Two, some don't like the fact that she's a woman. Three, some that really don't like the fact that she's a black woman with the potential of now becoming the president of the United States. She's already made history as being the first black VP, or black and Asian, as people so eloquently want to couple these things together. Whatever the case may be, have at it. It's semantics to me. I feel as though whatever shortcomings y'all think she does have, whatever things about her you don't like, I think the list with her is a lot shorter than the list of things that you should be worried about on the other side of the table with Frump a Frump. I'm just saying, this is my opinion. Establish said, had Van Jones up on CNN crying real tears. Van Jones is different, ain't he? Black women saving the world once again. Listen. Rashad Houston, home team, what's good? I see you. He's old. Let that man go live his last days enjoying his family, probably having health issues. I'm with you on that, Charlie Hustle. I'm with you on that. They've been attacking that man daily with lies, man. At some point, what he did though, you have to give Joe Biden his props, whether his faculties are all there or not, whatever the case may be. What he did as a leader was selflessness, because he could have very well said, I'm not dropping out of this race. I'm the president. I'm the president. I'm not dropping out of this race no matter what. This is my seat and I'm going to fight to hold it. But what he did was he listened to the wants of a certain amount of people. I can't say the people because I don't know what everybody's feeling. I don't know what the national tone is on it. But he was able to listen and push himself to the side and think about what might be better for the party, the Democratic Party, to the United States and its people. So if nothing else, for those that are even disappointed, y'all should at least, tip your hat and salute him for that. You feel me? This has been in the making for some time. Yeah, I know. Democrats need some new young politicians of color. They do. Trina Pink, that's a fact. The donations, they was like, hold up, we ain't giving you this bag because your ass need to sit on down. Listen, if you think about it, Knight Rider, yes, she sent a lot of black people to jail, but a lot of these presidents have sent a lot of black people to jail by signing legislation into law that creates the situations for people to be locked. They'll figure a lot of people like Bill Clinton, right? A lot of y'all liked Bill Clinton, not because of the Monica Lewinsky thing, but a lot of y'all thought he was a dope president or whatever the case may be. But he got a lot of people locked up, a whole lot of black folks locked up, which later on he said he felt bad about. Later on, he felt bad about. But in the time, in the moment, he felt as though that it needed to happen because of what was going on with the crack epidemic and things of that nature. Don't forget about that, right? A lot of the presidents have signed legislation that's been unfavorable, not only to us as a people, but unfavorable to the whole of the United States. In the guise, under the disguise of it being to protect or better the United States. I'm just saying. Nephew said, I think this was set up for her to win. The plan all along was to elevate Kamala. Joe just was about to pull a Hulk Hogan and didn't want to do the job. They said, I saw that. I just saw that this morning, Rashad. They said Kamala raised $60 million less than 24 hours. That's heavy. So just because a criminal is black, y'all mad at Kamala, or is it because she a woman? Psycho Bandit, that's a good question. Honda Knees, good morning. Iceberg Slim, good morning. Let me make sure I'm caught up on these comments. Badass Sage, good morning. Now, Knight Rider, you're right. You can't put your trust in man, period, let alone a politician, to the point where you just put your all in all on that person, because you're going to be let down, you're going to be hurt, you're going to be mad, you're going to be disgusted. Nisha Lachey, good morning to ye. I don't like either of them, her or Trump. But the question being is, no matter the fact that you may or may not like both of them, you ought to, and I implore you to exercise your right to vote. And in voting for the presidency, you have to vote for somebody. I again would implore you to vote for the lesser of two evils, so to speak. And Psycho Banner said something that I think is true too. Biden wouldn't have been president without Kamala on the ticket. This is another thing. I think that a lot of people, even some within our own race and culture, are looking past the fact that black women, our sisters, as voters, are a much more powerful entity than people would like to think, know, or acknowledge. I'm going to say that again. Black women voters are a much more powerful entity than people want to believe, know, or acknowledge. And I think that that's going to be a heavy tide turner if they do move forward with Kamala Harris. I think this knucklehead high yellow fella, I believe that that's going to be a tide turner in this upcoming election. You heard it first here. You heard it first here. Let's see. Kathy said he was never qualified. What political office has he ever held before running for presidency? The reality show apprentice does not qualify. That's a fact. And then Justin Show said, and he was not the first choice for apprentice. No other CEO wanted to do it. Make that make sense. CL said, you can't spell politician without the lie in the middle. Well, that man. Watchman said, it's sad that these are our choices. This is America. Hey, Cassie, good morning to ye. Passion Fruit, good morning to ye. Badass said, I think you're wrong about that. I think you're wrong about that. Disillusioned? Yes. Or is she playing up, or has she played up on the fact that she has some Asian lineage in her blood? Yes. Which is unfortunate, right? Especially when you do your due diligence, you do your Googles, you do your research, you know and understand that Asian folks come from the black tree too. So it's all silly. What is your question, Miss A Block? I don't see it. Who's going to be her VP? Now that's a good question. They were touting some individual. I never heard of him before. I think his name starts with an R. Y'all can help me out with that. They can starts with an R. She definitely has to be very creative with whom she picks to be her vice president. That's a fact. You stupid Watchman. Sam Unstoppable, good morning to you. He said, I personally seen Trump before he became president in person at 2 business events. The dude is an idiot, literally. Man, listen. Good morning. Now Riri said Michelle Obama might be her VP. Now, even though I know that's not going to happen, I don't think Michelle Obama wants that. I don't think she would want to be a part of that one. But not because of Kamala, but just in general or whatever. Being that she was married to Barack Obama and could see his aging or whatever. But that would be a dope ticket. That would be a dope ticket. I'm just saying. Would the world be ready for that though? I don't know. Would the United States be ready for that though? I don't know again. Your question, Ms. A Block, was, do you think her chances of winning are high? I think she has a 50-50 chance of winning. I think it's a lot more. How y'all doing? Y'all coming over to the good YouTube. I think Kamala Harris has a lot more of a chance of winning than some people are trying to give her credit for. I think, like I said, on the one, Ms. A Block, on the one portion alone that the black women woman vote holds weight. Holds weight. Women come out to the voting booths way more than men do. Black women specifically go to them voting booths in droves. The black woman vote, I think will definitely play a heavy role in this race. Mark my words. Mark my words. Went back to look at your question. I don't think so. Okay. You know she gonna have to pick a man. I that's what I'm thinking, Justin Show. Now listen, what would y'all think if Barack Obama came out of retirement just to be the VP to help Kamala Harris? What would y'all think about that if that was to happen? What would y'all think? Iceberg, sometimes some Janet Jackson. Watch me feel for president. Listen, I told you I would be a special type of president, huh? The world economy will be good. The United States economy would be good. The rights, homelessness would be damn near obliterated and abolished. Listen, Polo Dolo said, I'll vote for Robert Kennedy. What? J-Man, the messy one from the HR team is in the bed. No, yeah, whatever. You silly. I'm not even entertaining that. That's crazy. A family member of mine was talking about this last night, and he believes Hakeem Jeffries or Marco Rubio should be the front runner for president, and she should stay the VP and then run again in 4 years. But the fact that she's the vice president, though, Cassie, it's the next logical step for her. It wouldn't make sense for her to stay the VP on a ticket. It does. It's almost like you overlooking her, and then if you overlook her as a black woman, it's gonna anger, like I said, that powerful black woman base. I'm vote and base. I'm just saying, like, think about it. If there's anybody else in their vice president, right, and the person you up on the steps out of office, you would think that you will be the first choice for that seat for a race or whatever. But I could be looking at it wrong. Watchman thinks, and that's what I'm thinking. She has a better chance than Sleepy Joe. One, because I think she'll be able to articulate a little bit more. I think she's been around long enough to know, what the White House looks like, what Washington looks like, what the politics look like. She's been around enough to know how this side of the table acts, how that side of the table acts. She already probably knows what they're going to try to throw at her, or whatever what they're going to try to use against her. Frump is probably going to get real misogynistic. He's probably going to get real misogynistic and get real, low with his shit. But we here for it. I've been reading through a lot of the comments, Phil. I see a lot of hate for her from black women. I don't know. But you also see a lot of support for her too, though, badass. I'm just saying. Barack is a Leo. His pride won't let him be the vice president. She needs more than black women. Of course, Ms. A. Block. Of course. If anybody that's a candidate for any race goes into it and thinks that they only need their people to win or succeed or to gain office, have already lost. Yes, she's going to need way more than that, Ms. A. Block. What I'm saying though is that the black woman vote can help turn tides in a race. That's what I'm saying, and I don't think a lot of people pay attention to that. Like politicians pander to black folks, especially during the time of elections anyway, right? But they don't necessarily hone in on that one demographic as well and as deeply as they should. That's what I'm saying. And that could be for Frumpy Frump side, that could be for her side, or whoever is the Democratic candidate. I'm just saying. A lot of people don't like Kamala in general. That's true, but a lot of people don't like Trump in general either. So that's why it. If she takes the nomination, right? If they give her the nomination or give her the nod and she takes it, the next 1 to 2 debates that they have, that will show whether she's ready or not. That will show whether or not she would deserve to be in that place and or whether she stands a good chance of winning. The next one to two debates, that the whole job of the VP wait in line for the president to step down and run the Senate. You already down there around the Capitol, jump on the ticket. Look, establish if it was that simple, my name would be there. You feel me? But I know if they ain't ready for Kamala Harris as a black woman, they ain't ready for a Big Phil Speaks to be the president either. Not yet. Not yet. Y'all coming over to this good YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all coming over to this good YouTube. That part, and she's a little quicker on her feet than Joe too. That's it. She can bob and weave a little bit. I think the fact that she been with Joe this whole time and she just effed up. Badass says, what is effed up to you? What do you consider effed up? Because this is, I think a lot of people, and it's a good point that you made though, but I think a lot of people get it misconstrued as to what they see during somebody's presidency, right? A lot of times, hold on. A lot of times, I'm taking it, what you call it? A lot of times, people don't understand that the things that a president deals with in his term or terms are a lot of times the remnants or the residue of something that a president or presidents prior have done, whether it be good things or bad things. People think that in 4 years that a president is supposed to come in and change the world so greatly from all the bullshittery that's been going on over the years. And sometimes it takes years to undo a thing. Barack Obama President Barack Obama, let's give him his propers, fell under the same scrutiny. President Barack Obama came under the same scrutiny, not realizing that he had to work to undo what Bush had did for 8 years, while he was in office. That's a lot to undo. And some of the fruit of what Obama did that didn't just fall in his presidency, it came after his presidency. Thus, also now with Frumpy Frump, the damage of and things that he did do didn't just show themselves in his presidency, but are showing themselves now during this presidency. And so some of the things that y'all see that aren't so good aren't necessarily from Biden's doing. It takes time to undo a thing. And then when you got the bipartisan tug of war in Congress and Senate or whatever, it doesn't help so much, because when you got a Democratic president, the Republicans go well beyond normal rationale to try to stop anything from moving forward, or most things from moving forward from a Democratic standpoint or a Democratic president. That's the crazy part. Democrat president, rather. Articulation is the key. Gift of gab is what you need for the road. That part right there. Now, Frumpy Frump can con you. He can sleight of hand you. He could talk a little bit. He could sell you an ice cube in Antarctica. He could. But is he better for the United States and everything that we could be and should be? That's the question. Do you think this country is ready for a woman president? If so, Hillary would have won both electoral. Cassie, that's a good point. That's a good point. But for as much as people are saying, that people don't like Kamala, there's a lot of people that did not like Hillary. There's a lot of people. Back when I was Ubering or whatever the case may be, I picked up like some people and we would talk about politics and things of that nature. And there was a woman from Australia. There was another person from I think it was UK, a couple people from the United States. They all did not like Hillary. They thought that she was so, how can I put it? They thought they looked at her like, especially the overseas people. I don't know if it was what they were taught, what they thought they witnessed, or what they did witness. But they looked at her like a warmonger. Even though there was other male presidents that were sending people to war, they thought Hillary Clinton to be a warmonger, meaning if Hillary would have got the presidency, that the world would have went to war, or whatever the case may be, right? And I think you partially right, Cass. Like we may or may not be ready, and let's say we as the United States may or may not be ready for a woman to be president. But I will give you this as a caveat. We weren't ready for a black president either, but we had one. We weren't ready for a black. I knew if the world would last and survive, that at some point we probably would have a black president, but never in my life did I think or feel that there would have been a black president elected in my lifetime. But there was. So you never know what may come of this. Who knows? Y'all coming over to the good YouTube. Watchmen, that'll F up the whole presidency if that man was a VP. What? I think it's refreshing to see a different candidate running. The Frog, good morning to you. That part, that might reinvigorate some people. It might. Who knows? West Coast Living said he thinks Frumpy Frump will win by a landslide. We shall see. Bree says, I think she will be a sharpshooter in the debates. I think so too. They not ready for a big field speech. Whatever. Hey, white. Shavala Lesh, life is in the building. What's good? I'm glad you said that, Phil. They want the black vote, but once they're elected, they don't do shit for black people. Yeah. It's a lot of pandering that goes on. None your business. Good morning to ye. Good morning to ye. Shavala says, what people have to understand is while running, they say what they intend to do. It's not lying when Repubs are greater in the seats of Congress as a Democrat. And the Democrats have their hands tied. Now, that's a fact. Hey, Tavy, good morning to ye. That West Coast Living, that's not true. That's not true at all. Justice said, man, Bill Clinton didn't like Hillary. Damn it. Learning the actual process of a concern being made a reality, not letting the concern show face. What? Learning the actual process of a concern being made a reality. Now, I'm trying to gather what you're saying there, Passion Fruit. If Michelle Obama ran, she would have a good chance to win. She would. West Coast Living, I believe she would. You're right about that. You're right about that. BP for VP. I think she's going to smoke Don in a debate. I do. He's going to have to get serious. His think tank is going to say, listen here, Frumpy Frump, your ass going to have to get serious because that one there, she's not going to be snoozing at the wheel. That one there knows how to articulate in a courtroom to influence 12 jurors. That one there knows what it means to plead a case. That one there knows what it means to lay down the law or implement the law. That one there is somebody you're going to have to take seriously. That's why the Republicans are talking about a possible lawsuit against the possibility of her being given the nod for nomination, because they know it's going to be a rumble. They know it's going to be a rumble. People might not like her. People might not like some of her stances. Some people might not like her personality. Some people might not like the fact that she wants to associate two sides of her heritage, which all lead back to one anyway. But is she adequately fit to do the job? Will she be able to articulate to the United States of American people her plan to help steer the country into a proper direction? I believe so. I believe so. I love that point, Cassie, but would you rather him drop out now or go the whole way and then leave us hanging? I mean, it is disheartening. Yeah, that's a good question. That's a good question. Right, that's what I'm thinking, Justin. Michelle wants no part of these political Hunger Games. You hear me? And indeed they did, Cassie. They did push him out. And from the things that I've seen visibly, they were in the right mind to do so. Because if you got somebody that kind of freezes up or have a brain fog or looks like they just wandering off mentally in the middle of a debate or in the middle of a discussion in an open forum, that would leave a lot of people to thinking like, oh, shiggity. What will this country be in those hands in another 4 years or whatever the case may be? So I get it. The timing of it wasn't the best, but all in all, it was probably the best thing to do. Being that she is a prosecutor, she's going to drill him like he did those criminals she locked up. I'm here for it. None of your business. That part. Now, if I was her, I would hone in on the fact of how he carried the Central Park Five. I will hone in on his business dealings and what they've led to. I would hone in on the fact of his 34 felonious convictions. I would hone in on January 6th. Like I said, I had a conversation at my son's friend had a graduation cookout or whatever, right? And one of his friend's grandfathers is white. On one side is black, on one side is white or whatever, right? The white grandfather, good old Republican, ex-law enforcement, the whole 9 yards, Trump, right? And he gave all these reasons why Trump should be president. All these reasons why Trump should be supported. And you know how I got him to at least think? I honed in and I appealed to his patriotism. I honed in on his patriotism. And I talked about January 6th and what that meant for America and by Americans on U.S. soil. And as a patriot, one that staunchly believed that, the sanctity of America should not be trampled upon and all that. And I said, what do you think he did on that day in Washington, D.C., with the U.S. Capitol and the incitement of what was happening? Because he was voted out as president at that point. Whether people liked it, did not like it, thought it was rigged, thought it was not. What he did was what a lot of places would call treasonous. Invoking and inciting an insurrection, allegedly, to which he still has to fight in a court of law if they allow it to happen, because they keep trying to push it back because of this race. And it was at that point that he got quiet and he thought about it. He said, you know what? Now you're on to something. Now you have a point. Now he said, now you have a point. I think Kamala Harris would be able to articulate these points and these things. Not to mention the misogynism and things that comes with Trump, but the actual things that he has done, the actual things that he has said, the actual transgressions that he has made against not just black folks, but people in the United States, and also the sanctity of our government, our national treasures, and the reckless abandon that he utilized in having those people galvanize themselves and march on the Capitol and into the Capitol and riot. I'm just saying. Y'all remember when he said this publicly, I could walk down Fifth Avenue and not get prosecuted or lose his support. Hey, a lot has been said that she has been the most non-productive VP thus far. But see, that's the thing, Cassie. That could very well be true, or that could very well just be a lie propagated. That could be the truth or a lie propagated. I mean, because do we know she's not been effective? Or do we know? He claims, President Joe Biden claims that that's the best decision he ever made. Could that just be political? A political response? Could be. Or he could have very well said, I'll stand down, but I'm not endorsing her for the position if he felt as though she wasn't right or ready for it. I'm just saying. Hey, Nicola. Laugh Now Network. So Obama would not let Michelle run. We can all agree and say Biden should have done it earlier, but he did it in good enough time that the backing he's incurred can be transferred over to her as well as her own campaign backing. That's a fact. None your business. That's right, George Floyd. If Kamala wins, it's going to be the OJ verdict. What? New Yorkers will never forget the Central Park Five. That part right there. And I think more people, I think that needs to be publicized more, especially in a time like this. If I'm not mistaken, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but that one thing, the Central Park Five, wasn't played up as much as it should have been in his initial run. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. Sam Mustafa, he is a sore loser. That's a fact. If I was Trump, I would go in on that one innocent black man she let rot in prison because she didn't want to tarnish her record. How can you let someone that was proven innocent continue to sit? You right about that badass sass, but if that be the case, all them presidents are guilty of that. All the presidents that don't free those individuals that have had cases on the books for years that they know didn't do the crime, or that there's a great preponderance of evidence or corruption or misdeeds that allowed to their conviction. A lot of presidents don't do the right thing in exonerating enough people. They most of them do just enough for a political push, but they do not do enough to right the wrongs or correct all of the wrongdoings from past to present, from law enforcement, the judicial system, et cetera, et cetera. So if that be the case, badass, they all guilty of that, Trump included. Trump let some people go, but if that's another thing, right? A lot of us good old black folks, yeah, he freed them. Trump freed them. But what did he free? Who did he free? The fact that he freed people that have done a certain amount of time only allows for them to make room for fresh faces. It's all a game. It's all a game. Because if that was the case, he would have freed all these cases the situations that I'm talking about. He would have exonerated every person with the preponderance of the new evidence or old evidence says that person didn't do it. He would have exonerated or opened the door ASAP like Rocky for due trials for all of them. But one, the Congress and Senate don't want that to happen. Two, there hasn't been a president alive that has signed off on that or done that or whatever the case may be. Y'all got to pay attention. Every gift ain't a gift of God. Every gift is, some gifts or so-called blessings come from that serpent. So understand, just because some things look good don't mean they really good. I'm just saying. Kamala would definitely be time enough for Trump in a debate for sure. I'm not clear on what her platform is, though. That's Michelangelo. That's why I said the first and second debate that they have, especially that first one. The first one, she has to lay the groundwork on what her platform is, what her plan is. But that first and second debate is going to show and tell, if she's given the nomination or whatever, what her potential is of winning. I'm just saying, let's not forget the thousands of Americans that died because he didn't take bingo. Miss A Block, bingo. Let's not forget the thousands of Americans that died, thousands upon thousands that died because he didn't take Bovid serious in 2019. Your president, Frumpy Frump. I'm curious to see who the running mate will be. Hey, Assembly Nay, we all are. We all are. That's a fact. Anyone that believes Democrats or Republicans have the best intentions of the people in mind are bugging. Now that Night Rider, listen, Phil, he's demented. He doesn't know what's right at this point. Who you talk about? Biden or Trump, badass? Now I can say she went ghost for a good while. The only issue I had was pushing the AKA card, the Howard alum card, and when Howard went through that crisis last year for months, she was missing. That's interesting. That's interesting. Don't forget that 45 didn't win the presidency. Listen, sexy sugar mama, talk about it. He really didn't win the presidency the first time. The electoral college vote won him the presidency. We the people voted elsewise. We the people of the United States voted elsewise. That showed you right there the bullshittery that gets ran up under our noses on a daily basis. Hey, Cream of Sweets, funny ass, come on over. JB the cool kid, what's goody like the mob? Y'all, we over here on the good YouTube. Y'all come on over, huh? Matter of fact, I'm gonna end this one right here. Y'all come over to the good YouTube. I'm just saying, ladies and gentlemen, it's a lot. Excuse me. His blatant disregard for American lives during Bovid was disgusting. That's a fact. Hey, I know I might be back in the comments, but he wanted them young brothers executed. Talking about the Central Park Five. That's a fact. If Frumpy Frump had his way, them 5 brothers would not be here today to tell their story. They would have got lynched or executed. That part right there. I don't know what in good time is because we have never seen this before, but in a way, Kamala is in a good position to run because how much people don't want Trump in there. That's a fact. How many people that don't want Trump in there? Not even just from the Democrat side, but even from the Republican side. That's what a lot of people are forgetting. There's a lot of Republicans that he's rubbed wrong that won't toe the line with him. There's some that have kowtowed and toed the line with him or changed their stances, whatever the case may be. But there's a lot of them that say, man, I can't do this. I can't do this. I just feel you should morally always do what's right. That's true. That's true, badass. But the world we live in, could it all be so simple? You feel me? But when Trump lost, he decided to execute 12 folks on on death row, and 6 of them was black. Ha! Say that again. But when Trump lost, he decided to execute 12 folks on death row, and 6 of them was black. If we're going to hold her accountable for the one innocent man, what about him? Big O. Go ahead, Cassie. I see you. CL said, yeah, the OJ verdict, meaning you're going to have a world divided. You know how many white people was mad as hell. Well, that's what it's going to be irregardless. If Biden would have won or, was reelected, it would have been divided anyway, too. Let me catch up on these, hopefully I'm not going past too many, Oh, Kathy. Let's not forget he told them folks to drink Clorox, and some actually did. Now he got them drinking the Kool-Aid with all his lies. Aha! Aha! Good morning, Creole Cupcake. Good morning, good morning. Leanda Bedford says Kamala Harris isn't black people. What is she then? What is she then? What is she? I'm just saying, what is she? No, I'm not, Sam. I'm right here. Now, there's other videos that I had set to play, but I think it'd be a little bit. Let me see. Do I want to play anything else? Oh, I do want to show y'all this. I do want to show y'all this bullshit. This is how stupid, this is how ignorant, and this is how gullible and susceptible some of Frumpy Frump supporters are. Make it make sense.
Some people are.
Was just something different, just something very special. We can start things.
I hope I don't get demonetized because of that. But George Carlin, the comedian, if y'all don't know who George Carlin was, y'all need to do your due diligence because he was an awesome comedian that dealt with a lot of the touching topics that we went through as citizens and as people. For him to say this long time ago and it be in line with the bullshiggery going on now is incredible. Y'all see that bam ass shit? People putting gauze and tape and bullshit on their ears. Like, that shit is ridiculous. Come on now. That's George Carlin. That's a fact, Keenan. Passion fruit, that's George Carlin. Walking around with toilet paper on their ears is hella goofy. Yeah, that's a fact. Ladies and gentlemen, whether you agree or disagree with the commentary or the dialogue that's going on, do your boy a favor and give a thumbs up to the situation. Boop, up. While you at it, if you're new to the channel, subscribe. Boop, up. And more importantly, hit the notification bell. Bing, ying, 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 ying. Understand something. He was definitely brilliant. That's a fact. George Carlin was one of one. He was one of them ones. You hear me? Sam would stop and say, they are the helmet people. Man, listen. That's it right there, Shivali. And people think not voting won't help us, won't help is why we are in the place we are now. You people, you have to exercise your vote. I implore you to exercise your vote. I'm not going to tell you who, I could give you my opinion on who I feel like you should vote for, but you as a grown ass adult, man or woman, should vote what you feel is right for you. But you have to vote, because if you don't vote and something goes other than how you really want it to go, you got no say so. You got nothing to cry, bitch, or moan about. You got to sit there on your hands and shut the figgity up. But if at least you take the opportunity to vote, and if it still doesn't go the way you want, then you have all wherewithal to be upset or pissed or whatever the case may be. I'm just saying. That's it right there, Shabbat. You can't complain if you do not vote. All of them badass, and all of them. But now one of them wanted to wear masks. That part. Allegedly, that's exactly what he wants, Miss A Block. Allegedly. I'm just saying. There's even conversations that, matter of fact, hold on. There was a doctor, which one is it, that said that that man didn't need stitches. Hold on, which one I'm gonna play first? I'm gonna play these two videos real quick, back to back.
Eric Trump has said that there's no stitches needed. That's a big deal, because the implication then, Alex, is, well, gosh, they were able to control the bleeding from an impact that somehow took off a part of his ear. We're saying from an AR-15 style weapon. The kinetic impact to the body from that type of bullet, from an AR-15 style weapon, is massive. So if that was really a bullet injury, it should cause significant soft tissue damage. I want to say it would be helpful for the American public to understand what was the degree of injury. Were they able to control the bleeding without stitches, just to confirm what Eric Trump is saying? What was that process like? Did they use things like Dermabond or Steri strips to help? It would be helpful to understand the extent of injury, absolutely. And then did they do a cranial full neurologic exam? Is his hearing and his balance, are they intact? We don't know.
The former president was treated at Butler Memorial Hospital. He did not require stitches.
When I heard the call, you're thinking worst case scenario.
Dr. David Rottinghouse says his staff coordinated with the Secret Service well in advance of the rally.
It was surreal. You prepare for things like this. You don't necessarily prepare to receive a president or former president.
A law enforcement source confirmed to CBS News that just before the assassination attempt against Trump, the gunman's father called 911, concerned about his son and his whereabouts.
Listen, we don't know what's real or what's not, but I personally think that they have pulled off the greatest magical trick ever with this bullshit that just went on. And I don't say that to take light the violent nature of the situation or the implications of the situation. But a lot of things ain't adding up. A lot of the math is definitely not mathing. I'm just saying. A lot of it is not mathing. And I think that we are being swayed one way or the other. We are being swayed one way or another. I'm really ready to get off of the Trump situation. No, I'm really, for now. I will say this, though. Do your due diligence and vote, man. Do your due diligence and vote. Do your due diligence and vote. This next video that I want to play speaks to where we got to get mentally when it comes to each other, black, white, Asian, Asian, Native American, Latino, Chicano, Spanish, whatever the case may be. Place we need to get when it comes to being humans. Let me know what y'all think. I think this is dope, though.
Daddy, why are those people black? My little girl asked me this in line at the supermarket one time. There was a family in front of us, and the mother turned and looked at me, and I looked at my little girl, and I just asked her, I said, you know how you have paintings on the wall in your room? And she says, yes, sir. I said, how about I take all the paintings out and only give you just one? Would you like that? And she says, no, sir. I like them because they're all pretty. And I said, that's why God made people in different shapes and colors. I said, the world would be kind of boring if there was just one color and one shape of person, right? And she goes, yes, sir. I said, God gave us all different shapes, colors, and sizes of people. That way we could learn to appreciate true beauty in its true form. I don't know if this helps you with your kids. I hope it does. That's the explanation I gave my daughter because it's the truth.
Yep, I thought that was dope. Hey, Dr. Tachi, I see you. BB, good morning to ye. I thought that was dope. Ain't nobody saying no. What's up, Rich? He was bugged out. I thought that was dope, right? We got to start seeing people just for being people, right? They say good message. The music was creepy, though. Hey, Honda Knees. Definitely. We got to start seeing people as people. And then maybe we can see the humanity in one another and cut out a lot of the bullshiggery or whatever the case may be. Yes, please vote and research your local elections. That's a good ass point. J-Man said that I guess that assassination attempt was a terrible stunt. They should have got some extra experts from Hollywood. Before, as I let go of this topic for the day, as I let go, what's up, hustle every day? Snipers don't miss. That's a fact. As I let go of this statement today, I want to leave you with this. There's an ad that's being circulated now already for Kamala Harris. I want y'all to check it out. Let me know what y'all think.
Sick of this? Well, think about this. He's a world leader in temper tantrums. She never loses her cool. She prosecuted sex predators. He is one.
Grab him by the...
She shut down for-profit colleges that swindled Americans. He was a for-profit college.
At Trump University, we teach success.
Literally. He's owned by the big banks. She's the attorney general who beat the biggest banks in America and forced them to pay homeowners $18 billion. He's tearing us apart. She'll bring us together. This is Trump. And in every possible way, this is the anti-Trump. So if that's what you're looking for in your next president, there's really only one. Kamala.
Listen, I'm just saying. So if I don't like any of them, I'm just supposed to pick one. I don't like either one. Don't believe in either one. Badass says that's a good question. But again, what I was saying earlier, if you don't vote, you can't be mad at the outcome at the end because you didn't do anything. So what you really got to say if you don't do nothing? And this is not personal to you. This is for anybody. But if you do vote and don't like the outcome, then you have all right and wherewithal to be mad, upset, hurt, happy, whatever the case may be. Hey, Justin Show. Aha. A lot of people, that's the thing. A lot of these so-called Trump supporters, especially these young, hip, bebop Trump supporters, they haven't done their due diligence on that man. Trump University is one of his biggest cons, right? Then again, in this finesse society, finesse culture that we in, that's probably why a lot of people like him. I'm just saying, allegedly. See, that's how you hit back. Stop being nice. That part right there, Dr. Taj. That part right there. Is it me or is the campaign vids getting a little aggressive? You ain't over the years, they been like that. Passion fruit, where you been at? They been like that. Phil, once you're elected, can we have a barbecue on the South Lawn of the White House? Man, listen. It would be the barbecue of all barbecues. I'm going to be one of the independent 1,500 votes. God damn it. Remember Trump Vaga? Man. The voice alone made me feel like I was playing Call of Duty right before I'm dropped it. Rich, listen, it could all be so simple, baby. BB, listen. People need to understand it's not about the candidates in this race. The choices are democracy or dictatorship. That's it. Dr. Tashi, you typed that so eloquently right there. People need to understand it's not about the candidates in this race. The choices are democracy or dictatorship. That's it. That's it. With no food or drink established, that's a lie. That's a lie. And that's what it boils down to. Do you want to be in a dictatorship? No matter what your wherewithal is, no matter how much money you got in your pocket, what class level you are, what race you are, from the poorest of the poor to rich. Do you want to be under a dictatorship? I'm just saying. Anywho, this next one, I felt the need to include this in this morning's offerings. Make sure I'm not losing out anything else I wanted to do. Yeah. I want y'all to watch this next video. This has nothing to do with Frumpy Frump. This has nothing to do with Kamala. This has nothing to do with the races ahead of us or whatever. But I think it's very important to pay attention to. Four kinds.
Being a chosen one comes with a lot of jealousy and a lot of envy. Here are 4 negative signs that people around you recognize that you that one. Number 1, your light intimidates them. Your light shines so bright, it sheds light on their lack of, what they're not doing, where they're not growing, what they're not accomplishing. Number 2, they sneak this and throw shade thinking that you didn't catch it. Because you intimidate them, their insecurities get the best of them, trying to do whatever they can to try to dim your light. Number 3, they pick you apart trying to find a flaw. They're looking for something to hold over your head to make you feel less than. Whole time, you don't think you're better than nobody, nor do you act like it. And number 4, people don't like you for no reason. Because you have that magnetic aura that attracts everything good to you, people get jealous that they don't have that. So if they can paint you to be in a bad light, it'll make them feel better about themselves. People will come up with negative scenarios in their head about you to validate them feeling negativity towards you. Are you triggering people's demons? If so, comment #WinnerCircle. I love y'all.
Listen. Think about it, which leads me to shine bright like a diamond. Ephraim, I know that's right. Which leads me to this next point, and this will be where I want to lead out. Hey, yo, me, yo, my, I see you in the building. Be careful of who you seek counsel from. Be careful whom you seek counsel with. Be careful of whom you take advice from. Be careful of who offers their advice to you. Because if they aren't applying these things in their lives, I don't care whether it's me or the next person. If they're not applying these things to their lives, their way of living, then how the hell are they going to champion, campaign, try to counsel, try to get you to see their thought process on something that they're not doing in their own world, right? How you gonna tell somebody what they should do in a DV situation when you ain't did it in your own DV situation? How you gonna tell somebody how to live out a marriage and you ain't never been married, whether you're still married or divorced? How you gonna tell somebody how to raise a child and you ain't yet had a child or don't have your children? How are you? How are you gonna tell somebody how they should do something when daily you show your life is in an array and a hot ass mess? How are you gonna tell somebody to go for their dreams, their goals, and things of that nature, and every other day or every other week you turn around and your ass is ebbing and flowing with the wind with what it is you say you're gonna do, say you're doing, dreams, goals, and aspirations. When it change like you change your drawers. How is it that you should follow somebody as a leader when they have no bit of humility in them? They have no inkling of selflessness in them, when they have not an inkling of what being a servant is to your supporters, your fans, your followers, your constituents, your believers, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. How, Sway? How you gonna lead, yet you think, how you gonna lead and you don't know the way? How you gonna lead when your vision is skewed or blurred or blind? How are you gonna lead when you ain't in your right state of mind? How, Sway? But if your ass is doing the exact same things that you're telling somebody else not to do, or telling somebody to get from around, or telling people to stay away from, or whatever the case may be, but you doing those exact things in the opposite, who the hell are you? And why should a MF listen to you? Who the hell are you to criticize somebody who's trying to do more or differently in their life? Who the hell are you to want to sabotage somebody else's livelihood, their career, their passions, their dreams, their goals, their ambitions, their purpose? All because you ain't living out your dreams, goals, aspirations, and purpose by your own undoing. By your own undoing. By the fact that you can't get right in your own life. This goes out to any man, woman, or child. This can apply to any of us all, any one of us. Badass, you silly. How? Be careful of whom and what you support. Be careful of whom you big up, because you could be inciting, you could be instigating, you could be encouraging, you could be birthing, you could be destroying somebody's wherewithal. Again, life is about balance. With the principles of yin and yang, you have negativity and positivity coexisting. The Bible itself, I forget what chapter and verse, but it says, when I would do good, evil is with me. Meaning that within man and woman, there's the continuous of both. It's about what we exude, what we choose to give light and energy to, what we choose to represent us or make us who we are, so to speak. I need some background. I'm just saying, I listen to people telling people what the hell they should do when they still entertaining the people that have. I can't. I've watched people passionately and eloquently tell people what the hell they should be doing and staying away from and around who they shouldn't be around, et cetera, when they ain't living that out in their own life. That's crazy to me. That's crazy. Thank you, Cassie. Romans 7:21. Thank you, nephew. Like we have to learn to either turn people off, tune people out, or stand up on our 10 toes and say, shut the figgity up. Whether it be me or somebody else. Like, Phil, you bugging, shut the hell up. So-and-so, you bugging, shut the hell up. Until you exude what the hell you talking about. Until you exude this wisdom that you're giving out. Until you exude or do the very things you telling somebody else to do. Misery loves company. Misery definitely loves company. And sometimes those that are blatantly miserable need an audience. That's a fit. If you don't know the have, don't assume shit, go to the source. That's true passion fruit. That's a fact, Shavala. A true friend loves you and holds you accountable. And a lot of people don't hold people accountable. We all human. We all human. We fall short. We got the propensity to lie, steal, kill, cheat, backbite, covet. We have the propensity for all these things. Whether we do it or not, that's up to us as an individual. All these negative things, we have the wherewithal to do it or not do it. No matter how righteous you think you are, no matter how clean cut you think you are, no matter how you've been brought up, no matter if it's been a 2-parent home or 1-parent home or you've been in a foster home, everybody has the propensity to do good and or evil. It all depends on what the hell we choose to do with our lives, the choices we make or whatever. I'm just saying, and you ain't got to take what I say for face value. You don't, because I'm just me, right? But with everything that's going on in the world, from the presidential race on down to within your homes and your personal life and these internet streets, pay attention. Seek to have those worthy to be in your circle. Seek to have those that will give you great counsel. Not a yes man or a yes woman, but great counsel, especially in times of need. Seek to have those people that truly support you. They don't have to agree with everything you do. They don't have to necessarily see the vision, and they don't necessarily have to have the same likes as you, but that support you in being a better person. Seek to form relationships, whether it be business relationships, with good people. Seek to grow friendships with loyal, honest, respectful, transparent, honest, real people. Seek to form relationships and or permanent marital bonds with someone that's going to love you, nurture you, believes in you, that's willing to give you the reciprocation of what it is they want from out of you. Most importantly, no matter what it is that you choose to want to deal with, entertain, et cetera, give a little measure to the bullshit, just a little, if any. Give a little measure to the bullshit, but give a great measure to the things, the topics, the people, the places, just the things that will edify your life, that will better you as a person, that will greater your outlook on things, that will encourage you to get off your block, get out your hood, get out your own way and get out your bullshit and see the world, see other cultures, see things. If you're going to take wise counsel, if you're going to take counsel from somebody, let it be wise counsel, and let it be the type of counsel that opens up your eyes, these two on your face and the one that's in your mental space. Make sure you're getting counsel from somebody that truly sees your best or has your best interest at heart, put it that way. As a stranger or somebody that really knows you. Not a yes man, not a yes woman. That wants the best out of you and sees the best for you and is willing to support you to get down that road to the best you. But along the way will also admonish you, correct you, critique you, and call you out on your bullshiggery. More importantly, be careful of those that want you to be the butt of a joke, but don't like if the shoe is on the other foot, or that your joke might be funnier than theirs on in a moment or whatever, right? Be careful of those people. Those are dangerous people who have to be the one in the room all the time. Especially when it comes to friendship, relationship, et cetera, et cetera. It ain't going to work out too much. I'm just saying. I'm not. I could go on and on, but I didn't mean for this to be a lecture or a sermon. But I just had this on my heart when I opened my eyes this morning. So even though I talked about Trump and all these other things or whatever, the piss and cicadas and all these other things, I had this on my. When I woke up at like 6 something this morning. I had it on my heart. For too much of our time, we how can I put it? We give light, we give energy, we give our attention and our time to bullshiggery, to a lot of garbage. But don't give adequate time to self-reflection, to self-correction, to improving ourselves, to learning something, to growing our mental capacity, to loving on somebody, to forging friendships, relationships, meaningful ones. We don't give enough time to that. Whether it starts online and leads offline or whether it's totally offline in general, we don't give enough time to the more positive aspects of life or the things that will bear us fruit. I see people talking about passing fruit around. To the things that will bear us fruit, good fruit, that is. They say there's a saying that you are what you eat. That goes beyond the actual literal sense of eating food. You are what you ingest. You are what you pay attention to, what you watch, what you listen to. More importantly, you are what you say and you hear of yourself saying. So all I'm saying, I say it every morning when I start the show about trying to make it the best day ever, and be blessed and plan, plot, and strategize so that your tomorrow will be a better day than the day. It sounds cliche, but it is what it is. And I hope and I pray for all that for all of you all. I hope that you all will try to make today the best day possible, no matter what your circumstances, your situation is, and also plan and plot, strategize that if you're so blessed to see tomorrow, that you'll make it an even blessed day than the day. I'm going to wrap it up, though. The plan is landed. You know what I'm saying? You can get off and go to your next destination. However, ladies and gentlemen, y'all know what I like to say. Smile, because you never know what it might do for somebody, including yourself. More importantly, love on somebody on purpose, with purpose. Last but not least, I'm not anti-you, thick-head knocker. I'm pro me, but with the emphasis on building we. Let that marinate your thick ass melon to the next time we could chop it up and have a tay-to-tay. Until that day, I holla. I like today's segment of how you gonna what? Listen. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. What y'all getting into today? Y'all gonna have a wonderful day. Y'all gonna be miserable. What y'all gonna do, huh? What you gonna do? For all my West Coast folks that hung in there and turned out and turned up and came into the lives, into the morning show, I appreciate you, because it's 8 o'clock here. That means it's 5 o'clock there. So the fact that you get up just to see my big head ass, I love you for it. You feel me? And for everybody else that tuned in, tapped in, and decided to come listen to the show, to come be a part of the show, whether it be, textually or whatever, I appreciate you. Love is love. I don't take anything that y'all do for granted. I don't take your support for granted. I don't take the fact that you tap in with your boy, even if you're trolling, even if you come in here to try to get something off your chest in the comments, whatever. I support the fact that you're here. But let me say this: grow the figgity up. Stop always arguing or looking for an argument. Everything ain't an argument. And guess what? If we don't agree, guess what? We agree to disagree. That don't mean I don't got to love you or love on you or have a like or think that you're cool or want to support you. Just mean on maybe a certain thing, a certain topic or a certain discussion, I don't agree. We human. We not going to agree on everything. But that's why we got to get our shit together. I'm glad I just thought about that, because that's what's going to be important in this presidential race. We might not agree on everything, but we got to get on a common page. We got to get on a page with a common goal in mind. And that's going to determine who wins what, when, where, why, and how. That part. Huh? Am I buying lunch today? What you mean you can't cook? Why you can't cook, Miss A Block? What happened? Why you can't cook? That part, Rich, love on somebody on purpose, with purpose. You hear me? Because you could be, trying to love on somebody intentionally, but what are your intentions? Come on now. Thank you, Dr. Tachi. Thank you, Keenan. Thank you, Boy Classic, and everybody else. J. Pierce, Passion Fruit, Sibley Nay, Stablish, all these good folks. Creole, BB. BB. Yeah, y'all are bugged out. Your wrist and forearm is. How did you do that? Let me find out. Your little special friend came up with Miss A Block. How your wrist and forearm got sprained? How that happened? Y'all be blessing. Those that haven't done so, check out my reel on IG. I did the Silly Marie challenge. Let me know what y'all think. Hopefully I did good. I salvaged the track that I did, because when that outage happened, with all these networks and things, banks and stuff, it hit this app that I used to create it or whatever, and the separated stems or the tracks, I lost that. So I only had the finished, well, semi-finished product, and I had to kind of try to tweak it and mix it as it was. So hopefully it sound good. Hopefully it did good. But please leave a comment if you would, or whatever. And I see y'all on these IG streets. I'll go live at some point today. Maybe early, maybe not so. Who knows? I'm still a little tired. But guess what? I'm around like tides, and y'all be out of here. I'm out. Holla!